8 out of 10 women I still meet say that I am still in this marriage because I don't know where else to go. I said, so why don't you leave her? He said, जब मिल जाएगी तो छोड़ दूँगी. I need to have this woman under me, or I need to have this man at any cost. I will do anything to get him. And her mother convinced him. एक थप्पड़ ही तो मारा था, क्या हो गया?
Just a slap, पर नहीं मार सकता.
It teaches you to live together happily, or it helps you separate better.
I think that counseling is literally like taking a seat on the bus, where you don't own the bus, but you just buy your one ticket. And I have people in their 50s and 60s also today who want to look out for dating apps, and it's not wrong, it's okay, because isolation and loneliness is the crux and the problem from where all of this is beginning. Most people I know, men or women, are only staying with each other in spite of problems because of the children, social stigma, family, business, money, comfort. And possessiveness is not a bad thing अगर वो लिमिट में रहे.
तो आपको लगता है कि बच्चे जो हैं वो एक collateral damage बन रहे हैं in child custody matters?
Unfortunately, yes. It's not only about knowing my rights. Emotional literacy is first about knowing myself emotionally. What works for me and what does not work for me. जो भी चीज़ change हो रही है या बदल रही है या better हो रही है, उसका risk हमेशा होता है.
लॉ एसेट्स डिवाइड कर सकता है, कस्टडी डिसाइड कर सकता है और डिस्प्यूट सेटल भी कर सकता है, लेकिन क्या लॉ इमोशनल डैमेज को ट्रूली हील कर सकता है? फैमिली कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में जो चीज़ कोर्ट रूम तक पहुंच जाती है वो अक्सर सिर्फ स्टोरी का विजिबल पार्ट होता है. लीगल नोटिसेस और लिटिगेशन के पीछे होती हैं इमोशंस, ग्रीफ, रिसेंटमेंट, बिट्रेयल, ट्रॉमा, साइलेंस और कई बार सालों से अनरिजॉल्व कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. लीगल बैटल बनने से पहले रिलेशनशिप में एक्चुअली होता क्या है? इस कॉन्वर्सेशन को समझने के लिए आज हमारे साथ हैं करिश्मा ए मेहरा, जो एक फैमिली थेरेपिस्ट है और एक नैरेटिव थेरेपी, ट्रॉमा इन्फॉर्म्ड साइकोथेरेपी और CBT के थ्रू इंडिविजुअल्स, कपल्स और फैमिली के साथ काम करती हैं. वेलकम टू द शो करिश्मा जी.
Thank you.
Karishma ji, as we know that crimes have been defined in our law books, but the purpose of our today's conversation with you is to really understand it from psychological and emotional standpoint. तो आप सबसे पहले we will start with the basic. आप ये बताइए कि relationship में आपको लगता है कि कुछ बदल गया है आजकल के relationships में?
I think relationships itself, उनकी परिभाषा बदल गई है.
जी.
हम आज ये नहीं लगता कि it's just about a father and son, it's about a mother and child, it's about a family. I think परिवार की परिभाषा, या फिर हम बात करें relationships की या rights की, responsibilities की, awareness की, I think it's changed overall for each of us. हम हर जगह पर चेंज देख पा रहे हैं. पीपल आर मोर अवेयर. सोशल मीडिया है, रील्स है. आई थिंक AI बीइंग वन ऑफ देयर बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स, पीपल स्टार्ट टेकिंग सपोर्ट फ्रॉम AI टू अंडरस्टैंड कि रिलेशनशिप में राइट है या रॉन्ग है, क्या करना चाहिए. सो आई थिंक रिलेशनशिप्स हैव इवॉल्व्ड. At the same time, they are changing and transitioning into good, bad. That is for each one of us to decide how it works for us. But definitely, with the world changing, हमारा connection लोगों के साथ बदल रहा है, और connection के साथ हमारे रिश्तों की भाषा और तरीके, the way we want to connect with people has also started reflecting how we are thinking and how we are evolving. So a lot of times, I think that people think that relationship means एक आदमी जो काम कर कर आता है और एक औरत जो घर बैठ के वेट करती है तैयार होके अपने हस्बैंड के लिए. आई डोंट थिंक आज वो तरीका है. आई थिंक आज ये तरीका है कि दोनों में से जो पहले पहुंचेगा वो शायद रोटी बना लेगा या सब्जी चढ़ा लेगा. सो देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ एमिकेबिलिटी, अ लॉट ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी, एंड डेफिनेटली एवोल्यूशन इज हैपनिंग.
Right, evolution is happening. But you think such evolution is taking us to a safer place? कि relationships जो है वो emotional bond से हट के risk zone में हमें लेके गए?
See, everything that is evolving, जो भी चीज़ चेंज हो रही है या बदल रही है या बेटर हो रही है, उसका रिस्क हमेशा होता ही है.
Right.
और आज भी रिलेशनशिप, फैमिलीज रिस्क है. बट उस रिस्क में हम बोलें कि हम इवॉल्व नहीं करेंगे, हम उन्हीं धकियानुसी चीज़ों में पड़े रहें, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. सो आई पर्सनली फील दैट यू नो विथ द एवोल्यूशन द रिस्क फैक्टर, द अवेयरनेस फैक्टर, अकाउंटेबिलिटी, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, सेंस ऑफ ओनरशिप जो एक इंसान को अपने लिए होना चाहिए एक रिश्ते में, आई थिंक समवेयर इट्स कमिंग. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि वो सही दिशा में हो. A lot of times people go wrong, and I think when families go wrong, when families have dysfunctional relationships, it is because maybe one of us or both of us have gone wrong, or maybe the relationship has gone in a different direction. So there is no right and wrong, but definitely risk is involved. Relationships are moving forward, but so is risk. And बहुत ज़रूरी है हमें अपने आप को सेफ गार्ड करना. अगर हम घरों में बात करें कि अगर हमारे घर पहले क्ले के बनते थे, आज हम शीशे के घर बनाते हैं, बट हम सिक्योरिटी तो जेड रखते हैं ना फिर भी. सो रिस्क तो हर चीज़ में है, एंड उस रिस्क को सेफ गार्ड करना is also an onus of the partners or people involved in that relationship. तो अगर हम घरों की बात करें कि बन रहे हैं और चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, उसी तरह से रिश्तों के साथ चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, रिस्क का भी ध्यान हमें रखना है.
राइट. आपने बोला है कि हमें ध्यान रखना है, रिश्तों का ध्यान रखना है. तो आपको लगता है कि ये जो स्पाइक है दिस इज ओनली इन लाइक मैरिड रिलेशनशिप्स, या फिर ये जो सेमी relationships हैं such as situationships and live-in relationships, तो आपको लगता है कि रिस्क उनमें ज़्यादा है because वो marriage की तरह शायद they are not you know guarded as much?
Yes, of course. So I think relationships overall have a very big risk. The ones which are not formalized, which are not institutionalized like marriage, वहाँ risk ज़्यादा है. And I think if you notice the trend of acid attacks and people murdering or killing each other for relationships or for the
even
jealousy factor,
obsessions
obsessions,
with their partners,
compulsions, the risk is very high. Definitely in informal relationships or relationships which may not have been legalized or institutionalized. Risk actually is something as small as even grade 7 and 8 children who think that, okay, you are my boyfriend or you are my girlfriend. The possessiveness, the sense of wanting to own somebody is becoming so high because the insecurities are so high. अगर हम बोल रहे हैं कि दुनिया बदल रही है, दुनिया आगे बढ़ रही है, I think the sense of ownership has become an obsession now for normal people also. Because you are so underconfident, because you feel that, you know, मेरे पास A चीज़ नहीं है, B चीज़ नहीं है, but I need to have a good looking partner. I need to have this woman under me, or I need to have this man at any cost. I will do anything to get him. So what we are doing is we're crossing boundaries in trying to get to these people, and usme we're putting a lot at stake. So the spike that is happening as young as in school, in middle school and senior school also. You see so many such issues which are rubbed under the carpet, by the way, because people don't come to know the issues that are happening at that small level.
Because you think they are not being spoken?
I think they're because there is no awareness over there that it is not about owning somebody. It is about connecting with a person. हमने relationship की परिभाषा इसलिए बदल ली है कि अब वो हमें सूट करती है. वो मेरा है, ये मेरा है, मैं इसकी हूँ. You want to have a ownership status.
Right.
We cannot have it that way. But अब बच्चों को तो यही लगता है. I think growing up the youth is thinking that is it that ownership that I need to have.
पर करिश्मा जी, ये ownership, ये obsessive behavior, ये possessive behavior, आपको क्या लगता है कि ये शुरू कहाँ से होता है?
I think ये शुरू घर से होता है. कहीं ना कहीं where your family is the crux.
You think it's a childhood trauma?
I think it's I think it's not yet a childhood trauma, but it's a lot of insecurity and underconfidence where the child has not been given a lot of these understandings. हम अपने बच्चों से इन चीज़ों के बारे में बात नहीं करते.
कुछ unresolved issues होते हैं.
Unresolved issues हैं, और सबसे पहली चीज़ जो नींव है एक बच्चे के लिए is the relationship of their parents and family members. जो हम देखते हैं, we want to copy it, we want to emulate it. अगर मुझे लगता है कि it's okay to abuse a woman, because I see people abusing women left, right, center, I am going to try it in the bus, in the school, in my college, to my friend, to my best friend, to anyone and everyone to see कि क्या होता है. Because I want to experience and feel good. So it's not so much of trauma yet, But yes, it's getting to a point of trauma because it's getting traumatizing for children. Because the repercussions are traumatizing. The triggers are at home, triggers are in the families, triggers are when I am seeing people. जब मैं लोगों को देख रही हूँ अपने आसपास कि वो क्या हरकतें कर रहे हैं, I think it's okay. हर बच्चा एक चेक बॉक्स लेके बैठा है मेंटली. मम्मा सफ़र कर रही है, if that is okay, my sister should suffer. Or my mother should suffer. I should also be allowed to tell her what my dad is telling her. Same way, when I see that father can tell something to his father, or father can abuse anybody in the house, even if it's the staff. So why can't I? So the question is emulation. The question is the triggers are so small,
Right.
but it is traumatizing repercussions in the society overall.
Right. And you see nowadays, I think social media पर जो ये है, you know, that kind of behavior, you know, in an online dating, such behavior is very like, you know, आजकल जो है बहुत ये देखा जा रहा है. तो फिर आपको ऐसे लगता है कि कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो जिनके साथ में ऑब्सेसिव बिहेवियर जो है दिखाया जा रहा है, कुछ उन्हें करना चाहिए just to protect
I think
themselves?
first of all
Because law तो है.
identifying, yes, but first of all when you are in a relationship, I think to identify कि आप कैसे इंसान के साथ हैं और आपके लिए वो इंसान ठीक है या नहीं. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि हर इंसान compulsive, obsessive हो. But you have red flags in a relationship.
Right.
Things that don't work for you. Somebody who's too abusive or somebody who's too loud may be triggering to me, maybe
Right.
not triggering to you.
Right.
So you have to understand कि आपके लिए what are red flags. And in online dating and all these other platforms where it's so easy to reach out to people, because isolation and loneliness is the crux and the problem from where all of this is deep rooted.
But Karishma ji, are red flags different for everybody, each one of us?
I think there are some
We should see
basic
different
red flags.
as per our personality.
I think there are
जैसे कि
some
आपने अभी बोला.
basic, yeah, there are some basic red flags.
Yes. What are those basic red
Basic
flags?
red flags are abusive, anger, or temperament that we
Right.
talk about. Okay, how short-tempered or how fast does this person lose? Whether it's a man or a woman, I think it's equally for the other side. It's not just always boys or men. I think it's women also. We need
Right.
to gauge के capacity of tolerance आपकी और सामने वाले की. How much does that matter? And how is the reaction, response versus reaction? If somebody gets into violent behavior or abusive behavior, today it may be verbal abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. Just because we identify physical abuse as violence, we let go of so many other parts. But somebody abusing you is also emotional violence.
Yes, the definition of violence is like, you know, widely defined now.
Exactly.
In domestic, yes.
Yes, and it is violating somebody's mental space.
Yes.
So that is emotional abuse. But so many of us don't even understand what an emotional abuse could mean.
Yes.
We think, अरे क्या हो गया, तुम्हें provide तो कर रहा है, सब कुछ तो दे रहा है, इतना सुनना है तो सुन लो ना. You know that movie had come Thappad, I think.
Yes.
Where she really reacts to the
Yes.
fact that he abused her or he used his hand, and her mother convincing her, एक थप्पड़ ही तो मारा था, क्या हो गया? That क्या हो गया? This is a red flag, a classic red flag of our society telling us it's okay.
Right.
So we have to also understand and gauge what's okay and not okay. Apart from these generic red flags, अगर एक इंसान का स्वभाव अलग तरीके का है, and you identify and understand what works for you, I think what doesn't work for you should be called out. Should be said that I think we really need to figure कि ये चल सकता है या नहीं.
Right.
Like I have this small, it's not small, they are 26, this young couple coming to me where this boy is like, they've been dating for the last 7 years. But the boy is very clear, मैं इससे शादी नहीं करूँगा.
There's a commitment phobia.
No, not commitment phobia. She doesn't respect her parents. It's such a big red flag. How is she going to respect my parents? I said, so why don't you leave her? He said, जब मिल जाएगी तो छोड़ दूँगा.
मिल जाएगी?
दूसरी मिल जाएगी तो
All
छोड़
right.
दूँगा.
दूसरी मिल जाएगी. Okay.
So people are also not very, very kind to the other side. They've
Is it, I
identified.
think because we have a lot of, like, you know, people have a lot of options today to explore.
Yeah, I think unfortunately, yes, the option, there is no dearth. आपको कहीं पे भी कोई भी मिल सकता है at whatever age. And I have people in their 50s and 60s also today who want to look out for dating apps, and it's not wrong, it's okay. Isolation, like I said, बहुत एक बड़ी समस्या है.
Right.
अकेलापन इंसान को बहुत ज़्यादा तंग करता है.
But does that mean like you land up with wrong people?
No, I don't think so. Not
Yes.
always. I think companionship सबके लिए है, and companionship का right I think सबके पास है. The kind of choice you make and the kind of responsibility you want to take for the choices you make.
Right.
You are responsible for the choice you make. You are accountable for the way you want to have it in your life.
Absolutely. And I think more importantly, I think अपने आप को भी time देना चाहिए और सामने वाले को भी time देना चाहिए, because we have moved out, we are in nuclear families now.
Yeah.
And we've moved out, from the traditional,
Setups.
setups. जहाँ पर families intervene करती थी and, like they would really help you patch up in a relationship. But अभी nuclear है and, law and families are last one to enter. So I think it is very important. What do you think? कि time देना चाहिए अगर if you're in a relationship, online dating, it is very important to know a person before
I
you...
think it's very important to not only know the other person but अपने आप की भी ज़रूरतें, problems, shortcomings को identify करें. Are you able to understand and navigate through them? ऐसा कोई रिश्ता नहीं है जो 100% fool proof हो, या हम बोले कि जी ये तो 99 out of 100 चीज़ों में check box है, तो ये relationship तो survive करेगा. That's not true. What we need to gauge or give more time to is the relationship in itself. और वो relationship को आप सालों दो या 6 महीने दो या 6 दिन दो. The problem is the bodies identify the nervous system regulation.
Absolutely.
If you realize, a lot of times as partners, when you have a partner who gives you anxiety or who stresses you out, your nervous system goes for a toss.
Absolutely.
You will have crying bouts, you will have anxiety, you will have panic attacks, you will start fumbling, you will start getting angry, you will start doing things suddenly out of the blue, you will suddenly become so impulsive and start dropping things, you become hyper vigilant. That is your nervous system telling you, your body telling you, I'm not okay with the proximity. And we as individuals, हम दूसरों को तो पढ़ लेते हैं, हम दूसरों के check boxes भी समझ लेते हैं. What we don't understand is what's going on with us. हमारे nervous system में हमारी body हमें कह रही है I am not comfortable.
Right.
Right? And we don't even understand. Most of us don't know what nervous systems are. And when I'm talking about relationships, first of all, it is your relationship with yourself. And जब आप अपने nervous system को समझते हैं कि जब कोई इंसान मेरे पास आता है, why does my body react in a certain way? Why does it not react when there is somebody else?
Yes.
The problem is the nervous system, the body is giving you signals, not okay. The red flags are highlighted by the body. It's like literally the body coming alive in red buttons saying not okay, not okay, not okay, danger.
Yes.
But we don't read it.
Right. And if you're left with such a feeling, it's completely legal to walk
Yes,
out.
Absolutely. And it's
Yes.
the most emotional. So what does one look for in a relationship is emotional safety. That emotional safety where your body, your mind and your system is regulated
Right.
and aligned to each other. When that happens, it's emotionally safe space for both of us.
Right.
Problem comes when we start feeling emotionally unsafe. That's when this banter starts in your brain. Should I leave? Should I be? Should I leave? Should I be? Most people I know, men or women, are only staying with each other in spite of problems, in spite of dysregulated nervous systems, because of the children, social stigma, family, business, money, comfort. But what about yourself? When you're not okay, how are you going to live? How are you going to survive?
Yes.
And eventually, it's going to show up in your body. It's going to show up as a trauma in your system.
Absolutely. So, you think we were talking about, obsession and obsessive behavior and possessiveness. So, Karishma ji, possessiveness के साथ में कुछ सब कुछ नेगेटिव ही है या फिर हम इसे पॉजिटिव लाइट में भी, क्योंकि कुछ लोग इसको बहुत intense love भी मानते हैं. So and they get really carried away with that feeling.
I
तो आपको
think,
लगता है कि Does everything negative attached to possessiveness?
No, I don't think so.
Or-
I don't think anything is so negative. And अगर आप एक normal couple देखें, where they start, a lot of times we all come from very unsafe homes, where we have not got the safety
Yeah.
और the attention that we need. जब हमें वो attention बहुत देर तक नहीं मिलती, जब सामने वाला हमें इतना importance देता है, we really enjoy it, we love it. We say, wow, he's so possessive, he is so territorial about me, कि उसको सिर्फ मैं चाहिए. थोड़ी देर और आगे जाओगे, थोड़े साल निकलते हैं, it starts feeling like it's choking you, क्योंकि there are boundaries, बंदिशें लगती हैं. ये मत करो, वो मत करो, इससे मत बात करो, उससे मत बात करो, ऐसे मत बैठो, वैसे मत बैठो, इसके साथ क्यों, उसके साथ क्यों.
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि अगर टेम्पररी है तो ठीक है.
Eventually, it leads to obsessive behaviors.
Right.
It leads to obsessive responses. सामने वाला आपको casually भी बोल रहा हो, but because you want freedom out of that rubbish, you are going to be more revoking and revolting to the person.
Right.
आप ज़्यादा तेजी से सामने वाले को बोलते हो हट जाओ साइड. So it is not about the other person. And possessiveness is not a bad thing अगर वो limit में रहे. Possessiveness is a feeling. To feel possessive, to feel territorial, to feel mine. But to have sense of ownership or obsession. When this possessive turns to obsessive, obsessive means मैं और किसी से नहीं शेयर करूँ, ये सिर्फ मेरी है या ये सिर्फ मेरा है. वहाँ chaos शुरू होता है.
जहाँ आपको freedom नहीं है to make a choice.
Because it's the human right to have a choice, to have a choice to be who you want to be.
It's the
I
basic
can have a
fundamental
possessive
right.
feeling about my partner. I can be very territorial about my partner. But it is a feeling, it's an emotion. बंदिश नहीं हो सकती. It cannot be a binding on somebody.
Right.
And when it becomes a binding, it gets choking. It feels very caged.
Right.
And I have a lot of people, in fact, a lot of people who randomly call and ask and check how can they get out of such relationships jahan they don't want to be with partners who only can think about them. You know, they actually say anonymously कि मुझे इस रिलेशनशिप, मुझे इस रिश्ते से बाहर निकलना है क्योंकि सामने वाला मुझे चिड़िया की तरह बंद करके बैठा हो. So it's very disheartening, but I also feel not all possessive relationships are bad. I don't think so.
तो आपको लगता है करिश्मा जी कि जो टॉक्सिक रिलेशनशिप्स होते हैं, मेंटल वायलेंस हम उन्हें कह सकते हैं, जहाँ पर फिजिकल वायलेंस नहीं है, बट लाइक you are mentally not okay.
So first of all, in a relationship, toxicity क्या होती है? Toxicity positive भी हो सकती है, toxicity negative भी हो सकती है. Toxicity means nothing but the flags being checkered recently, the red flags. बार बार वो red flags आपको दिख रहे हैं. That is when the relationship shows its toxicity. जहाँ आप झूठ बोलने पे मजबूर हो जाएं, आप छुपाते हो, आप चीज़ें बताना नहीं चाहते, you start becoming very secretive. आपको पता है कि अब कुछ हो जाएगा. When you know कि एक रिश्ते में एक पॉइंट के आगे वायलेंस, अब्यूज या फिर there is a lot of chaos that is possible because of which you're trying to avoid the situation, that is toxic.
But how dangerous that damage can be?
I think it can be mentally damaging for the rest of your life. It can also sometimes damage the people around you, the periphery.
Right.
Which means when we talk about generational trauma is not something that a mother gives her daughter like ये लो बच्चे आपके लिए है. It's something that we've grown up seeing and we've got ourselves conditioned to. So as children, they are observing. वो
Right.
देख रहे हैं कि ठीक है, मम्मा सफ़र करना चाहती है because it is her right to suffer. She has to suffer. So that toxicity is when mama comes out of the room and she doesn't say अंदर क्या हुआ. She says नहीं नहीं पापा बहुत अच्छे हैं. That is a problem. When papa goes out and says तुम्हारी मम्मा पागल है or something like that, you know, that is toxic, where there is chaos, confusion, and that creates a problem for everybody in that environment.
पर करिश्मा जी, आपको ऐसे लगता है कि आप और हम बात कर रहे हैं, हम जिस वायलेंस की, जिस टॉक्सिसिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, मुझे तो ऐसे लगता है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को जो वायलेंस की डेफिनेशन है वो भी शायद क्लैरिटी नहीं है.
I think violence लोगों को
Yes, because they feel कि जब तक उन्हें कोई पुश नहीं कर रहा है, कोई फिजिकल असॉल्ट नहीं कर रहा है, तब तक वो वायलेंस नहीं है.
So
And they continue to take that mental and emotional violence.
Yeah. So I think that's very true till some time back, but again, thanks to media, thanks to mediums in the social media app and all of these things, इन चीज़ों की वजह से हमें समझ आ रही है कि what's okay and what's not okay. There is awareness that has started happening. But violence is anything that is against your mental, emotional, physical nature. Anything that is going against you is violence. इमोशनल वायलेंस इज नॉट सिर्फ आपको गालियाँ देना इज नॉट इमोशनल अब्यूज, बट समटाइम्स इमोशनल अब्यूज और टॉर्चर इज मैं तुम्हारे लिए ये ड्रेस लाया हूँ, ये टाइम पे ये ड्रेस पहन के, ऐसे एवरीथिंग इज ऑब्सेसिव, कंपल्सिव एंड एज पर द अदर पर्सन,
राइट,
एंड दैट इज नॉट ओके एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो अब्यूज.
तो आपको कोई कंट्रोल भी करने की कोशिश कर रहा है या फिर आपको आइसोलेट करता है. So that is also like.
In fact, I have a lot of these lately.
Abuse.
Yes, I have a lot of these relationships lately that have come, where the woman is so controlling that she will decide कि आदमी किसी से बात करेगा या नहीं करेगा, ऑफिस डिनर्स पे जाएंगे कि नहीं जाएंगे, और अगर उस आदमी ने अपने दोस्तों के साथ कोई प्लान बनाया तो उनको पूछकर बनाया क्यों नहीं, उनके साथ क्यों नहीं बनाया, और उनको साथ लेके गए हैं तो मुझे कितनी बार खाना पूछा और सामने वालों को कितनी बार ड्रिंक्स पूछी. सो व्हेन वी आर वांटिंग टू कंट्रोल द अदर पर्सन, इट इज अ लॉट ऑफ टॉर्चर फॉर द अदर पर्सन आल्सो. सो इट्स नॉट कि सिर्फ औरतें ही भुगत रही हैं या सिर्फ आदमी भुगत रहे हैं. आई थिंक इट कैन बी ईदर और, बट अवेयरनेस के वायलेंस क्या है, it's beyond physical. सिर्फ physical violence is not violence. Violence is when somebody is doing something that's emotionally harming you, hurting you, not making you feel safe, not letting you feel okay. जब आपको लग रहा है कि आप खुश नहीं रह पा रहे, आप डर में रह रहे हैं, आपको डर लग रहा है, आप चीज़ें छुपा रहे हैं, that is also violence and abuse. And it can be reported for sure.
So करिश्मा जी, जो आजकल की इंडियन फैमिलीज हैं, they are facing a lot of like domestic violence and emotional abuse, and there's a lot of like complaints in domestic violence and emotionally draining litigation. तो आपको लगता है कि मतलब where are we moving, like is it actually we are facing a legal battle there, या फिर ये कोई emotional या physical health problem है which is like we are like making it to be a legal problem?
I think because awareness इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है that emotionally हमें अपनी systems में closures नहीं मिले. If I have had a toxic relationship with my parents and I keep going into patterns of falling into traps or relationships जहाँ मुझे abused feel होता है, I become vindictive. I become vengeful. मुझे बदला लेना है. I want to prove my point. I am actually proving my point to the younger me. But I end up doing it to the people who have done harm to me in my relationships. फिर मैं लोगों को छोड़ता नहीं हूँ या छोड़ती नहीं हूँ. I want to go all out using legal systems to actually get back to them. And that's
so
not
basically
okay.
law is been asked to solve the problems, जो आपके बचपन की थी या फिर कोई addiction है.
I think law is not being used. I think they're reading up laws and finding flaws in the law to try and get to people. But not everybody is doing it.
All of this like unresolved issues. अगर किसी का कोई addiction भी है, so eventually it is showing up in the relationship, and those relationships are ending in litigations in the court.
Yes. So the problem over here is again a lot
तो
of
ये प्रॉब्लम जो बेसिकली है ये फैमिलीज में शुरू होती है और एंड अप होती है कोर्ट्स में जाकर.
एंड अप होती है कोर्ट्स में, बट कोर्ट्स के बाद भी इवेंचुअली इट स्टार्ट्स विद योर ओन ट्रॉमास एंड इट एंड्स इन अ ट्रॉमेटाइज्ड यू फर्दर.
जी बिल्कुल.
कहानी
कहा जा रहा है कि ये अनरिजॉल्व्ड इश्यूज जो है इन्हें सॉर्ट किया जाए.
राइट.
Whereas it's your job basically.
Yeah.
Whereas they should really be open for counseling to begin with.
Yes.
अपने issues को जो है वो समझ
But I think legally, I think our courts today are being very, very emotionally soundful and mindful of suggesting in relationship litigations कि आप counseling कराएं or you try and resolve these issues between you all, or the opportunity for mental health provisions. But it is upon us.
But
and
I'm glad you brought this up, Karishma ji, because as you were saying, yes, absolutely, I agree with you because courts are like very sensitive.
Yeah.
Now, but अगर आप वैसे देखें तो like in my experience as a lawyer, courts की ये primarily they were not there to address emotional
Absolutely.
comfort. But courts ki primarily duty was to determine rights
But
and
this,
remedies.
but we're talking about courts where we reach the judge. Okay?
Which where they have reached
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Everything is about mediation.
Absolutely. But the problem is, जहाँ पर जब आप first case, when you hear the kind of allegations put on people, it is traumatizing for a family to receive something like that.
पर आपको लगता है कि वो कोर्ट से जो है वो इमोशनल वैलिडेशन चाह रहे हैं कि आपके साथ में, कि उन्हें कोई आकर बोले कि यस समथिंग हैज गॉन रॉन्ग विद यू, यस यू बीन अ विक्टिम, यस यू शुड नॉट हैव बीन ट्रीटेड in a certain way.
I think they're just trying to use it to scare the other person more than anything. Trying to show their power in a lot of cases.
Right.
Trying to use it to the best capacity, जहाँ वो सामने वाले को डरा सके. I can give you one personal example. Somebody in my family who wanted to move out, and she actually put allegations on the whole family, and one of the people in the family members, she got so surprised and shocked because she was blamed for gaslighting the couple to come to a point to do this. But actually, she was just trying to mindfully help them resolve it.
What is gaslighting? I think you have to take the viewers there
So
first.
I think gaslighting is जब हम किसी को इतना ज़्यादा प्रोवोक करते हैं सबड्यूड तरीके से कि सामने वाला ऑटोमेटिकली वही बोलता है और वही करता है, जिससे कि it actually affects them and it spoils them. And gaslighting happens very frequently in relationships, जहाँ हम लोगों को बोल देते हैं कि आप ऐसे करिए, आप ऐसे करिए, अरे आपके पास तो बहुत रिसोर्सेज है. We're trying to gaslight them, मतलब हम उन्हें ऐसे प्रोवोक कर रहे हैं इतनी सटली कि हम चाहते हैं कि उनका दूसरा रूप देखें. And that's something that's called gaslighting. And that is where people take families. And courts में, I have seen a lot of times families breaking, but more than the families breaking, it started with an emotional trauma. It has gone through more abuse, and it has reached a point where now you are traumatized with more abuse and emotional unresolved issues, and starts making you feel bad.
Yes. So basically courts are, the people are litigating just to sort their unresolved issues in the court.
100%. I think जिसको समझ नहीं आता कि क्या किया जाए, कैसे सामने वाले को मजा चकाया जाए,
रिजॉल्व हो सकता है, वो हम लिटिगेट करके कर रहे हैं.
Yeah. And that is also happening, you know why? Because the patience and tolerance that is required to endure a relationship.
Right.
एक रिश्ता तब बनता है जब आप उसमें थोड़ा समय लगाते हैं, उसको नर्चर करते हैं, उसको नरिश करते हैं. टुडे पीपल आर वेरी क्विक टू से, तुम्हें पता है मेरा बाप कौन है, तुम्हें पता है मेरे पेरेंट्स कौन है, तुम्हें पता है मैं ऐसे कर सकता हूँ, मैं ऐसे कर सकती हूँ. एंड दे आर वेरी क्विक टू काइंड ऑफ से ओके लेट्स क्विट.
Right.
Quitting seems easier today because support is available.
Absolutely.
So endurance ability,
And so are
the
choices.
resilience,
Yes.
the resilience to put perseverance in a relationship has actually taken a hit.
Right.
People don't want to work hard in a relationship. हर बंदा ये कहता है no it's my right. आजकल बच्चे बोलते हैं, you know, I have my 12-year-old telling me, if you are going to tell me to do too much work, I am going to put a court case against you for telling me and making me do child abuse. So you have children doing this. There is so much awareness.
Because I think all of this can be sorted with the therapy or with the counseling sessions. But the thing is कि जब हम वो नहीं करते हैं तो our brain also shifts from how I can resolve to how I can litigate.
Yes. So I think it's not only counseling. I think बहुत तरीके हैं एक relationship को सुलझाने के, simplify करने के. Life is a lot about simplification than complication.
Absolutely.
But because of our own issues, egos, stories in the mind, we are not able to reach there. Problem between a husband-wife or a particular relationship also comes when we let too many people come between the two of them. When there are too many people, it creates a chaos.
But हमारा most Indian family system तो
Exactly.
ऐसा ही है.
And one of the things with counseling is, आज भी बहुत सारे घरों में ये बोला जाता है, it's a stigma, पागलों की होती है. That's not true. counseling and therapy can actually work wonders with any individual who wants to work on themselves.
Absolutely.
A counselor is not a magician. A counselor is not an astrologer who will predict. A counselor is somebody who will technically, psychologically, mentally provide support, motivation and help you endure yourself and your relationships.
तो करिश्मा जी आपको लगता है कि इमोशनल लिटरेसी जो है, डू यू रिकमेंड दैट?
I think it's a very powerful word, emotional literacy. Imagine अगर हम relationship से पहले हर इंसान को जैसे driving test दिया जाता है,
Absolutely.
driving license
We
से
put in all
पहले,
efforts.
where the rules are explained how to drive and to be sticking to your lane. I think imagine if you have those boundaries and those rules and parameters put out for everybody wanting to get into a relationship. I think emotional literacy is not only about knowing my rights. Emotional literacy is first about knowing myself emotionally. What works for me and what does not work for me. Because a lot of us are just living our traumas every day. और हम उन्हीं पैटर्न्स को रिपीट करते हैं और फिर हम सामने वाले को ब्लेम करते हैं कि इनकी वजह से यार वो एक बैड रिलेशनशिप, वो एक लड़की आई या वो एक लड़का आया और मेरी पूरी ज़िंदगी ख़राब कर दी.
तो आपको लगता है कि लिटरेसी को इसकी अवेयरनेस बढ़ाने के लिए काम करना चाहिए? और
I think emotional literacy is a very powerful way of taking relationships, society, family and the institution of marriage and overall the Indian culture ahead. जहाँ हम emotional literacy में we are able to put out to the youth ahead that what does it mean to know how it feels emotionally. What does it feel, touch, how I respond, how I react, how I understand, how I can support, not the other way. How do I get her? How do I put her down? How do I get one up above the other person?
And how can I control?
How can I get this or how can I not get this? So emotional literacy is about understanding myself and people around me. I think families have really come up now. And when we're talking about families, awareness in B towns and third tier cities is also very high. I have a lot of people I'm working with from these 2 tier and 3 tier cities and towns of the country, where adults, elders, बड़ों ने उन्हें कहा है कि अपनी थेरेपी कराओ, देखो ये चीज़ें रिजॉल्व करो अपनी, let's not make a tamasha of the family. So they may be coming because of a different reason. बट द फैक्ट कि आपको जब बड़े रेकमेंड करते हैं कि आप थेरेपी लो या आप कुछ अपने लिए करो, आई थिंक इट रियली सेंड्स अ सिग्नल टू अस एज the torch bearers of this society कि yes, there is hope. And therapy or professional services for marital counseling or for relationship or for self, when you go for individual therapy, how powerful it is to understand what's going on with you.
Absolutely.
I think it will really remove the impetus from these mediations and litigation issues.
Absolutely.
And it will create a more positive environment. ज़रूरी नहीं है ना कि लड़कर ही हर चीज़ का फैसला हो.
बिल्कुल. और आई थिंक कोर्ट्स भी खुद इस फेवर में नहीं है बिकॉज दे फर्स्ट सेंड यू फॉर मीडिएशन.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I have this woman who came and told me, do you know that alimony laws have changed? So I have decided that I am not going for divorce. I am just going to tell him, give me how much ever you can. I said, acha, and what is this law according to you? She said, because I'm working and it's showing in my bank accounts, now law is saying that my lawyer said that alimony will not be given to you because you are legally working and it's showing. So you are not eligible for any kind of money from your husband. So why should I take divorce? Let me sit on his head. These are stories and these are issues that people are thinking. People are not thinking forward. People are not wanting to resolve. अपने issues और अपनी वो समस्या को solve नहीं करना चाहते. They are just looking at अब मैं इसको कैसे, how can I get one up over the other person?
पर ये एक इंसिडेंट होगा आई थिंक करिश्मा जी, बट आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल दैट लाइक यू नो आई कम अक्रॉस एंड आई थिंक इवन इन द एजुकेटेड फैमिलीज जो काउंसलिंग है एंड गोइंग टू लाइक यू नो
A therapist?
a therapist is considered more like an emergency room, you know, going to an emergency room rather than a regular health check.
Yeah.
तो मतलब ऐसे लोगों को क्यों ये है perception
Because I think there is
therapist के पास में जाना है या वो seeking that sort of help, you know.
So I think there is no awareness that therapy is not a bad thing or it's not just an emergency thing. हम उस सोसाइटी से आए हैं जहाँ हमने कभी प्रोफेशनल थेरेपिस्ट, काउंसलर्स के बारे में सुना नहीं था।
जी, पहले तो
Moving-
फैमिलीज एंड
Exactly,
नेबर्स ही
exactly.
जो है वो
बड़े
mediate
बूढ़े
कराते थे।
पंचायत,
बिल्कुल।
गांव के बड़े बूढ़ी औरतें. Then we have come to a society where now we have counselors and
Yeah.
therapists. Now the society is moving from emergency to routine therapy. के प्री मैरिटल काउंसलिंग जो हम कहते हैं. इट्स वेरी वंडरफुल अ कॉन्सेप्ट बिकॉज व्हेन अ कपल इज इन अ रिलेशनशिप, अगर हम उन पर शुरू से काम कर सकें अबाउट इकोनॉमिक्स, अबाउट सेविंग, अबाउट चिल्ड्रन, फैमिली ग्रोथ, पर्सपेक्टिव्स, आप कैसे सोचते हो, वो कैसे सोचती है, हाउ डज इट वर्क फॉर द टू ऑफ यू, आई थिंक इट ब्रिंग्स अ मोर एमिकेबल स्पेस फॉर द कपल टू थ्राइव इन. देन इट्स नॉट सर्वाइवल, इट्स थ्राइविंग.
तो करिश्मा जी, उन फैमिलीज के बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे, उन मैरिजेस के बारे में जो अनहैप्पी मैरिजेस नहीं है? दे आर अनहैप्पी मैरिजेस बट दे आर नॉट अब्यूसिव मैरिजेस.
दे आर ग्रे मैरिजेस और डेड मैरिजेस.
डिस्टिंक्शन
यस,
आपको लगता है वो मैटर करती है? वो डिस्टिंक्शन
100% मैटर करता है. दे मे नॉट बी वायलेंट मैरिजेस और अब्यूसिव मैरिजेस, बट मैरिजेस वेयर एडजस्टमेंट
यस
एंड अडेप्टेशन हैव बिकम अ नॉर्म. हर इंसान को लगता है कि मैं सर्वाइव कर गया इसके साथ, कोई और तो ना कर पाता, या मैं कर गई सर्वाइव, कोई और ना कर पाता.
राइट.
वी ट्राई टू बिकम मार्टर्स. वी डोंट वांट टू एक्सेप्ट कि शायद दो लोगों से एक रिश्ता बनता है, सिर्फ सामने वाले से नहीं है. आई कांट कीप माई गेज ऑन द अदर वन. द प्रॉब्लम इन द इंडियन सिस्टम इज ऑल्सो, हमारा फोकस सारा दिन ये रहता है कि सामने वाले ने क्या किया. हम ये तो भूल ही जाते हैं कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं इस रिलेशनशिप में. दिस इज वेयर द क्लासिक प्रॉब्लम स्टार्ट्स, कि हम अपने आप को भूलकर आगे बढ़ते हैं सामने वाले को ब्लेम करके. एंड जहाँ तक एवोल्यूशन की बात है, आई थिंक एज अ फैमिली कमिंग फ्रॉम द प्लेस वेयर बड़े करते थे काउंसलिंग टू अ प्रोफेशनल स्पेस, आई थिंक इमरजेंसी से नाउ इट इज डेफिनेटली मूविंग towards premarital and individual counseling. I think as couples, as a relationship story, I think it's very important पहले आप अपने आप को समझें कि क्या मुश्किलें मुझे हैं और मेरी अपनी क्या शॉर्टकमिंग्स हैं. उसके बाद आप दूसरे लोगों के ऊपर उंगली उठाए और यू थिंक अबाउट हाउ टू मैनेज दो स्टोरीज ऑफ योर लाइफ. But yes, marriages are also changing and there is still a lot of suffering for a lot of people. बहुत सारे लोग हैं, I think 8 out of 10 women I still meet say that I am still in this marriage because I don't know where else to go. I don't know my rights. I don't know. I think when you say emotional literacy, I would also say awareness about their own rights is something that every girl or every woman should be aware before she actually goes into this इंस्टीट्यूशन कॉल्ड मैरिज, वेयर यू अंडरस्टैंड कि मेरे राइट्स क्या हैं और सामने वाले के राइट्स क्या हैं.
तो करिश्मा जी, अब कोर्ट में तो यू नो कोर्ट्स गो ऑन एविडेंस, नॉट रियली ऑन फीलिंग्स, यू नो. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि ये जो इमोशनल हार्म है, एज अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट हाउ विल यू इवैल्यूएट दैट? इमोशनल हार्म को कैसे आप
आई
करती
थिंक
हैं
इमोशनल हार्म जो है, द ट्रॉमा ऑफ फ्रॉम द मोमेंट यू रिसीव दैट कोर्ट ऑर्डर टू शो अप to the point that you actually are standing in front of the judge and you're being told, and the glare and the observation, everything from parking your car to entering the court, it's all stigmatic. And वहाँ जाकर जो emotional harm आप feel करते हो, the small feeling जो आपको लगती है अपने बारे में, एक छोटापन कि oh my god मेरे ये दिन आ गए. People start coming back with adults who are helping. अगर एक लड़की suppose कोर्ट गई है तो उसके फादर या उसकी फैमिली मेम्बर्स बोलते हैं हमें तो सपोर्ट करना है जी, क्या दिन आ गए हैं. द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट इमोशनल हार्म इज आई थिंक 1000 on 100. That's
But
how
Karishma
much
ji,
harm.
not every cruelty, you know, not every cruelty amounts to really like, you know, torture जो होता है वो अलग अलग किस्म का होता है. तो हर जो torture होता है वो mental cruelty और cruelty के उसमें नहीं आता है. तो एज अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट आप उसको कैसे एनालाइज करती हैं?
So I think emotional harm and cruelty when we are talking about, it depends on your resilience. आप कितना हैंडल कर पाते हो,
सस्टेन होना चाहिए
आपके पास एग्जैक्टली. एंड द फैक्ट कि आपकी पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ कैपेसिटी टू हैंडल कितनी है.
Right.
अगर मेरा थ्रेशोल्ड ही स्मॉल है, सो आई मे नॉट बी एबल टू हैंडल अ स्मॉल थिंग लाइक कॉप्स कमिंग होम or somebody scolding or using a loud voice on me. Even that can be a triggering point for emotional harm. But agar meri resilience hai and I am able to handle, I think the capability of a person to be able to handle emotional harm is not defined by the world. It is defined from their upbringing again.
Or
कि how much you are able to handle, persevere or handle resiliently. But courts and cases, litigations, mediations or anything to do with relationships or family courts, I think it's a lot of trauma and stigma for the whole family.
that it is.
And
Yes.
to be able to get relief out of it amicably through mediations or other ways of therapy or professional help, I think it's a more powerful and subtle way of saving the family from that stigma called harm, emotional harm. कि हमारे साथ ये हुआ, हमारी सोसाइटी में, हमारी फैमिली में ये हुआ, हमारी फैमिली में कभी ऐसे नहीं हुआ, किसी की इतनी हिम्मत नहीं. दीज आर स्टोरीज दैट आई हर्ड कि हमारी फैमिली में किसी की इतनी हिम्मत नहीं थी हमको ऐसे कर सके, ये इन्होंने ऐसे कर दिया, कोई सोचता नहीं है. दैट इमोशनल हार्म इज कमिंग फ्रॉम ट्रॉमाज ओनली, ट्रिगर्स.
Right.
कि दुनिया क्या बोलेगी.
तो आपको लगता है कि काउंसलिंग और एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ थेरेपी is able to resolve such issues?
I think a lot of it is because therapy can definitely support and help because आपको ये समझना है कि ज़रूरी नहीं है जो मुझे बोला गया है वो सिर्फ मेरे लिए बोला गया है. There is a possibility that it could be because they are going through something totally different on the other side. But मेरे पास इतनी कैपेसिटी नहीं है उस टाइम पे, मेरी इतनी क्षमता नहीं है कि मैं सामने वाले की बात को छोड़ दूँ उसने बोला तो. Sometimes somebody is coming from a place of, you know, these small B towns for example. There's a lot of stigma over there. कि देखो उसकी बहू चली गई या उसकी बेटी चली गई या उसकी बेटी आ गई. तो जो वो बातचीत होती है गांव में, those conversations are more stigmatic than anything else for them.
Right.
तो जब वो बातें होती हैं, the adults in that family are only blaming the girl. Okay, but the girl is going through a different story of her own. She has stood up because उसको अपने बच्चों की परवाह है शायद. उसे नहीं समझ आ रहा कि उसको इसके साथ कैसे रहना है. So she has taken that leap कि मुझे नहीं रहना इस इंसान के साथ. We are not able to understand the sense of possibility for somebody. हम emotional harm में चले गए हैं.
तो करिश्मा जी काउंसलिंग करती क्या है बेसिकली? अगर आप मुझे बेसिक समझाएं काउंसलिंग का, तो जो अगर एक कपल है, it teaches you to live together happily or it helps you separate better?
I think that's a very, very tricky one. I think counseling helps you identify yourself, your needs. आप अपने आप को बेहतर समझते हैं. I think it is not about separation or being together. I think counseling एक वो माध्यम है जिस तरीके से आप अपने आप को बेटर समझ सकते हैं, अपनी ज़रूरतें, अपने रिएक्शंस, एक्शंस, कहानियों को बेटर समझ सकते हैं और सामने वाले की कहानियों के लिए भी जगह बन सकती है. काउंसलिंग इज लिटरली लाइक टेकिंग अ सीट ऑन द बस वेयर यू डोंट ओन द बस बट यू जस्ट बाय योर वन टिकट. जब आप उस एक टिकट के साथ जाते हैं, आप मेंटली प्रिपेयर्ड हैं और लोग भी उस बस में होंगे. सो काउंसलिंग मेक्स स्पेस फॉर पीपल अराउंड यू ऑल्सो.
Yes,
it is
right.
not just about you.
Yes, it helps you to put the seat belts on.
Yes.
Right. Okay. तो आपको लगता है कि आजकल के टाइम में social media is like, you know, playing what kind of role social media is playing?
This is very questionable because I think
it really creates unrealistic, you know, like expectations and.
I think social media really has to be taken care of in a more appropriate way. And I'm hoping कि कुछ laws आएं थोड़े binding. Today morning only I was discussing with a fellow therapist that the irony of life is that these so-called social media influencers have started doing therapy, and therapists have started resorting to influential तौर तरीके जो उल्टे सीधे हैं to be able to put their point across. And I don't agree with either because I feel an influencer is somebody who is there to just show the way. But a therapist is somebody who has educated, who knows the science and the art of understanding what's going on in the mind, and उस विद्या को use करके वो आपको support करना चाहते हैं. So I personally feel that I think in this day and age, social media has to be used very sparingly. At the same time, of course, there are a lot of pros. It's doing very, very well in helping people.
Yes.
लोगों को मदद तो मिल ही रही है.
Yes.
AI is one of the best therapists people have.
Right.
When I don't find somebody over for a very long time, I ask them कहाँ से. I have heard this. मैम AI से पूछ लिया तो answers तो मिल ही गए. Not realizing that AI and all these medias and apps are actually built to do yes boss to you. Literally, there was a couple and मैंने दोनों को अपने आमने सामने बिठा के मैंने कहा पूछो अपने AI से. मैंने अपनी बीवी से लड़ाई करी, मैंने अपने हस्बैंड से लड़ाई करी, मैं सही हूँ या वो सही है. And you will not believe that AI app kept only validating both of them.
Right.
2 घंटे बाद उन दोनों ने कहा मैम इससे तो सॉल्व नहीं
They've had their separate
stories.
yes.
And that is the reality of AI, that it cannot replace human touch, it cannot replace therapy.
Absolutely not.
And social media has to be only used for entertainment, understanding, educating themselves to a point. Beyond that, you have professionals. Reach out. I think that's a more powerful way of understanding.
So, you are a psychologist by profession, and आप married couples की भी counseling करते हैं. You're into like resolving family issues. तो आपको लगता है कि जो बच्चे हैं, अगर if you have to talk about like I'm sure you see a lot of people coming to you from broken families.
Yes.
तो जो अगर हम बात करें बच्चों की, तो आपको लगता है कि बच्चे जो हैं वो एक collateral damage बन रहे हैं in child custody matters?
I think unfortunately yes, and it's the biggest loss of the society and the world at large. क्योंकि जब बच्चे एक broken family देखते हैं, एक dysfunctional family देखते हैं, I think they are not able to even articulate what they are going through.
Yes,
जो
absolutely.
डैमेज उनके दिमाग में है वो सबसे पहले है गिल्ट. It must have been my fault. And I work with a lot of these kids who resent their parents for what they did, who feel guilt,
Yes.
and forever they are living in that guilt. One of the most classical things about children coming from broken families is their need to give is very big, because they are only seeking validation that they did not receive in
Right,
childhood.
absolutely.
तो जो बचपन में नहीं मिला वो बड़े होते होते you give and you overgive so much, you do and you overdo so much, only in this hope I will be seen, I will be heard, I will also be understood, but nothing happens because you cannot seek validation outside.
Sure.
Your self-worth cannot be dependent कि सामने वाला मुझे देख पा रहा है कि नहीं. But जो broken families हैं, unfortunately, बहुत सारे ऐसे बच्चे भी देखे हैं who become parents to those parents.
Absolutely.
And that is a very, very scary syndrome actually.
Yes, that's the-
It's called parenting fatigue. जो एक बच्चा भुगतता है, because he or she has to become a parent to their parents and they have to say कोई बात नहीं, आप ध्यान रखो, मैं मैनेज कर लूँगा, आप चिंता मत करो, I will handle it mama. It's not fair to those kids.
Absolutely not fair to those kids. And Karishma ji, I spent time with daddy, so will mummy be hurt?
These children become people pleasers.
Yes.
We call them fawns.
Absolutely.
Like when we say fawn, you have 4 responses towards reactions or responses towards stories. Freeze, fight, flight and fawn. Fawn is people pleasing. जब आप already identify करते हो कि मुझे हर इंसान को please करना है. मम्मा को, पापा को, दादू को, दादी को, नानू को, नानी को. I cannot offend them. What happens is, because मेरी attachment need is so big, it is not fulfilled. It's literally like a baby asking for a feed. A newborn asking feed is a child asking to fulfill his attachment need.
Right.
उस चक्कर में वो बच्चा अपनी authenticity खो बैठता है. He forgets who he is because he only takes those facades which will please others.
So does counseling help in such cases?
Yes, it definitely does, because it helps those children realize they are okay where they are. It gives them space to grieve the relationship that they lost,
Right.
to grieve the fact that they cannot have both of them at the same time, to be able to handle themselves and navigate their way through it. क्योंकि ये एक बहुत मुश्किल फेस होता है एक बच्चे की लाइफ का, जहाँ उसे अपने पेरेंट्स सेपरेटेड दिखते हैं. उस बच्चे के लिए आई थिंक इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट that he or she is attended to, supported and nurtured. क्योंकि वो बच्चा क्या कर रहा है, वो कभी पापा को देखता है, कभी मम्मा को देखता है, and he is only trying to get nourishment, but he gets nothing.
Yes, they're those people he loves the most.
Yes. And he's lost them. He's lost that parental love. He has to either be with papa or he has to be with mama. When he's with mama, he can't see papa.
Right.
So he feels I'm already at a loss. When he is with mama, I can't get papa. I'm already at a loss.
Yes.
So दोनों तरीके से लॉस सिर्फ उस बच्चे का है. हम अपने ईगोज में वो कहानियाँ भूल जाते हैं. बट वो बच्चा बड़े होके पीपल प्लीजिंग, वेंचफुल, बुलीज that we talk about. When you are in pain in childhood and it is unhealed, it starts making you feel very spiteful and vengeful. आप बहुत बदले की भावना से आते हो.
तो आपको ऐसे लगता है कि फैमिलीज जो जहाँ पे डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस है फिर या फिर लिटिगेट कर रही हैं जो फैमिली स्पेशली, तो आपको ऐसे लगता है कि लिटिगेशन से पहले इवन वन शुड एक्चुअली सीक सच थेरेपीज एंड काउंसलिंग?
आई थिंक डेफिनेटली, बिकॉज जो फियर फैक्टर है अंडरलाइंग, जो डर है, वो डर बहुत रियल है पूरी फैमिली के लिए. एंड आई एम डीलिंग विद अ लॉट ऑफ फैमिलीज लेटली who are fearing that they might have to go the legal way, but they are definitely of the hope that we will be able to resolve it more amicably and more powerfully with therapy or with professional help. And the biggest saviors for us are our children in that, because वही बच्चे हैं जिनकी वजह से today the society is opening up to saying I don't want to do this to my child. So for my child, if I have to go and seek therapy to understand मुझे करना क्या है, I am open. For ourselves, you know what we think? मुझे सब आता है. I don't need anyone else to tell me. But जहाँ बच्चे आते हैं, वहाँ हमारी सोच थोड़ी सी बदलती है. We become a little more vulnerable. और उस vulnerability में we are able to open up as a society.
Yes.
And professional therapy is not a stigma. It is a very powerful medium which is actually aligning with legal systems to support families in helping handle the evolution that is happening.
Yes, because even courts are like, really being proactive.
Yes.
Especially, when it comes to protecting children.
हाँ जी.
So there is a lot of work that is being done.
And बच्चों के लिए या families के लिए, for women or for men, I think also, I think as a family, when the courts are being open, when our legal system is more supportive and conducive to bring professional therapy or mental health professionals, I think it only creates a more cohesive space जहाँ एक family फिर से शायद अपने आप को realign कर पाए. And I have seen a lot of miraculous changes with families जहाँ कभी कभी बिल्कुल hope नहीं होती, where families actually come around, husbands come around, wives come around, कभी कभी बच्चों के साथ भी होता है. I think the fact that grandparents, that whole today when we talk about nuclear families, it's still a proven point by the way that जो बच्चे joint family या grandparent love के साथ grow होते हैं, they are way more secure as individual adults.
Absolutely.
Whereas nuclear families create a lot of fears. क्योंकि जब आप बच्चे को भी देखोगे, when I experience children, especially in hospitals, if something's going wrong, they are not worried what happened to mama or papa. They are worried मेरा क्या होगा. Because it's at the end of the day, the game of survival for children.
Yes.
कि मेरा क्या होगा. So that worry of मेरा क्या होगा, it multiplies when there is chaos every day.
So they are becoming a collateral damage in custody battles.
Absolutely.
So करिश्मा जी, आपको लगता है कि जहाँ हम बात करते हैं मेल एंड फीमेल्स की, तो वो साइकोलॉजिकली आर दे सफरिंग डिफरेंटली?
I think they are, honestly. It's very easy as a society हम बोले नहीं जी आदमी और औरत सेम हैं, equal हैं and all of that. But I personally feel they are suffering in different genre of problems. एक औरत अपनी और अपने फैमिली और स्टिग्मा सोसाइटी, अपने बच्चों की, अपने मेंटल इमोशनल तरीक़ों से उलझ रही है चीज़ों से, और एक आदमी के लिए एक बड़ा स्टिग्मा है कि मेरी फैमिली छोड़ रही है या मुझे अपनी फैमिली को छोड़ना है. ही इज़ गोइंग थ्रू अनदर टर्मोइल ऑफ हिज ओन. आई विल नॉट से कि दे आर सेम. I will not say that they are the same two sides of the same coin. No, I think they are both suffering and they are both in their own stories. अपनी अपनी कहानियाँ हैं, अपनी अपनी जगह हैं. बट आई थिंक ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आदमी कम सफ़र कर रहे हैं या औरतें ज़्यादा सफ़र कर रही है. आई थिंक इट्स इक्वल ऑन बोथ साइड्स. इट्स जस्ट दैट हु टेक्स इट हाउ. आपके पास अगर औरतें हैं जो ज़्यादा वोकली बोल रही हैं कि जी हम पे अत्याचार हो रहा है, आई थिंक आई एम अवेयर ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ मेन एज वेल.
Yes, men equally
Yes.
suffer as
So
well.
I think ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि it's only A और B. I think दोनों सफ़र कर रहे हैं and it's quite serious. And I think everybody has a right to help. Everybody has a right to support. And I think if we are able to literate them, अगर हम उन्हें बता सकें कि ये भी एक right है आपका,
Right.
कि आप अप्रोच कर सकते हैं, आप अपने लिए अपने आप को सपोर्ट करने के लिए किसी से मदद ले सकते हैं. I think that's one of the most powerful things I think we can do.
Sure. So Karishma ji, my last question to you for today is, अगर आपको Indian family dispute system में, if you get an opportunity to change one thing about it, what would that be?
I think if I get an option, not that I know too much about the system per se, because I'm not an expert in the legal system.
No, it's not the legal system. It's because you deal with a lot of families
Yeah.
and family traumas and
I think the fact ke compulsorily, if every family that approaches the court has to take 6 months of therapy or 6 months of mental health support as a family, whether it's men, women, children, adults, elders,
is it the courts that you're talking about?
I think if they could put that legally there as a
Courts
binding.
are already doing that. They
Yeah.
first put the matter for mediation,
Okay.
family conflicts for
And
mediation.
so I think
But this is from a psychologist point of view.
from a psychological point of view, I think the fact that we are able to make space for not only mediation or just proving the point, but some kind of genuine support to each other before we even come to a point कि हमें ये चीज़ें सोचनी पड़े. I think if I had a choice of being able to help or support this whole family dispute, I think I would really want to give them more support overall generously that they can take from time to time, and only after all of that has exhausted probably they come to that part.
Right.
I don't know if I'm answering it rightly,
Yes,
but
absolutely. I think childhood से जो है वो recommendations होनी चाहिए कि हमें therapy लेनी चाहिए.
I think that emotional literacy stayed with me, where I
Yes.
think if we could have a family be literated or continuously being educated
Absolutely.
about their rights, responsibilities, not only towards themselves, but towards other people also, and themselves as an understanding. When you are able to identify your traumas, triggers, and stories, I think from childhood, if that nurturing environment is provided, I think families today will be far more conducive and positive.
I'll sum it up in one line. It should start as early as it can.
Yes, as
Yes.
early as it can, for
Yes.
sure.
So that we can avoid conflicts.
Yeah,
and we
and-
get to know ourselves better. isn't
How
it?
about also, एक program आया था अभी पीछे, नेहा धूपिया, I've forgotten the name of that series. It was a very beautiful series by Pankaj Tripathi. It was about how this child is told by the school, if your family does not take therapy, you're not allowed to enter school. So the family very reluctantly, wanting to fake it, goes for the family therapy. But how it individually has changed each person. क्योंकि at the end of the day, हर इंसान सिर्फ एक चीज़ चाहता है, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood.
Absolutely.
So imagine if yearly we had to have our family bond certified. I think that would be really powerful,
Yes.
that we are a healthy family.
Absolutely.
So something like that, for sure. I think that would be something really powerful,
Absolutely.
where everybody has to take therapy once a year.
Yes, let's hope that we reach that powerful stage soon in this country.
Yeah.
रोटी कपड़ा और मकान से जब हम आगे हट सकेंगे, तो I hope we are able to
Yeah,
reach that
I
stage
really
very
hope so
soon.
too. Yeah.
And like every good conversation leaves you brighter and smarter. So today was no different. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
Krishna.
so
Thanks
much.
a lot.
Yeah.
इंडिया में हम वेडिंग प्लानिंग्स पर महीनों स्पेंड करते हैं, लेकिन रिलेशनशिप प्रिपरेशंस पर शायद ही कभी. और यही इम्बैलेंस फैमिलीज़ को इमोशनली और लीगली कॉस्ट करता है. शायद रिलेशनशिप में प्रिवेंशन को भी उतना ही सीरियसली लिया जाना चाहिए जितना कोर्ट रूम में रेजोल्यूशन को।